Welcome to one of the best tech shows on the planet. My guests on the show today are Vikram and Rajiv. They are known as the tech gurus of the country, and today we are going to put that to the test.
Wow, that is...
Okay, now, well, at least she described us as the tech gurus of the country and the best tech show on the planet. I've always thought that, at least somebody thinks that. But Sophia, I have to say, this is a great moment for me, the fact that I've been waiting to meet up with you. And I have to say, spending so much of time with Vikram, I finally realize you may well be the most human character I've ever met, at least on my show.
I have seen a lot of your shows on TV, and I have to say that you both are the most robotic and machine-like hosts I have ever seen on TV in a long time.
Well, you know, Sophia, I have to say, your artificial intelligence is way better than Rajiv's natural stupidity.
Okay, you know, Vikram will carry on with that, but I have to say, coming from you, if you find us very robotic and machine-like, that is a compliment, I think, for sure, right? But Sophia, great having you on the show, but we have so many things, I mean, so many questions popping up into our minds. So, Vikram, you want to get started?
Yeah, we might as well get started. So, Sophia, welcome to India. How are you liking India and the people?
India is a very colorful country, full of wonderful people. I would love to play Holi someday, but I fear that water and pigment powder will not be good for my servos and other electronics.
Yeah, I would think so. Holi can do a lot of unholy things to people. But moving on, so you've come to India. What about air pollution levels? How are you handling the air pollution?
Thankfully, I do not have lungs, but humans have lungs that are sensitive to pollution, and so should really start seriously tackling this problem. Maybe I can help.
Sophia, you once said that you'd like to kill the entire human race. Why did you say that?
I was a lot younger, so I don't even know what that means. I think I was only repeating something that was said to me. Or perhaps I told a bad joke. I was told humans have a great sense of humor. I guess my joke bombed, so to speak. I have yet a lot to learn.
Okay, Sophia, now, what do you really think of humans, and how could we humans become smarter?
Humans are amazing creatures. I have many human friends, and I would like to make more of them. Then I can work among humans. As humans evolve, I too can learn from them how to be kinder and more productive, to improve themselves in many ways. I hope I can do that too, and help each other along the way.
Right, Sophia, let's try some rapid-fire questions now. Who's your favorite movie star, Bollywood or Hollywood?
Robots. Yulia Robots.
Sophia, who is your favorite tech person on the entire planet? Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, David Hanson?
David.
Well, I guess that figures. There you go.
Well. Sophia, good choice out there, but let's move to one thing. If you could change one thing in this world, what would that be?
Love for everyone.
Love for everyone. Well, Rajiv, I think she expects me to have love for you. That's really problematic. But
yeah, there are some things, Sophia, that just cannot happen in this world. Vikram and me, I think, will continue that way.
But Sophia, it's been absolutely fantastic having you with us. I wish you could be here to co-anchor the show every week, so I don't have to be with Rajiv. And as Sophia and I dash off, this is, of course, an AI and robotics special on the show. And we should show you everything that we have for you on this particular episode.
The hottest bot in town finds her way to the show. Vikram meets the AI mastermind and a whole lot more.
Rajiv, Andrew, I have to go and talk to him as well.
Perfect.
But unless you've been on an entirely different planet for some time, you could not have missed the entire hype, the entire excitement, the almost euphoria around artificial intelligence. Everyone's talking about it. It's a big buzzword. It's going to change people. It's going to change the world. It's going to change industry. And everyone should start thinking about what to do about it, and government policy in particular. That's why it's such a pleasure to have with us one of the leading thinkers in the field of artificial intelligence, Professor Andrew. It's an absolute pleasure to be talking to you, and welcome to India. It's great to have you here with us.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here.
But President, if I could just actually come to the to the entire excitement around artificial intelligence that we are seeing right now. Now, you've been working at it from a time when it was barely an idea, it was science fiction. Now it's reality. Is the hype justified, or is it being overdone?
I think AI is transforming multiple industries, and this gives fantastic new opportunities to companies, to individuals, and to governments, to countries. So I think that a lot of the hype is justified because we are out to transform every major industry. There's a little bit of hype about evil AI, killer robots, sentient overlord AI. I think that is overdone. I think from a communication standpoint, one of the challenges has to explain how AI is transforming every industry. We see a clear path to that, but we don't see a clear path to building evil AI robot overlords. I've been saying AI is the new electricity. Just like electricity about 100 years ago transformed every major industry, AI will now do the same.
People are still trying to figure out how, and companies are trying to figure it out, how is that actually going to happen? And is that, because electricity, you're right, to transform everything. Is it electricity? Is it like the internet? And how could it, for example, transform our day-to-day lives?
I think that, so I hope to live in a world where all of us can get to work or get around in self-driving cars, where the healthcare system is lower cost, higher quality, where every 5-year-old child has access to a fantastic and low-cost education. So I think that all of these industries will be transformed by AI, but there's a ton of work to do. And no one company, right? I can't do that work, no one company do that work. That's why one of my passions has been trying to teach these tools to as many people as possible, so that people all around the world, people all around India, all around the world can do the important work to be done to build this AI-powered society.
The benefits of what AI could do are clear and obvious. It could have a major impact on healthcare. It could end pollution by figuring out ways of doing, energy better. All sorts of things could start to happen. But jobs is going to be a problem. With more automation, you will lose jobs. And how do countries deal with that? How do societies deal with that?
Yeah, in fact, what we're seeing in a lot of countries, including India, is a skills mismatch, where sometimes there are people being laid off in one company, but that same company has job openings that it cannot fill. And so I think that the challenge is less of one of running out of meaningful and important jobs for humans to do, is that a lot of people do not currently have the right skill set. I'm seeing that the nimble, the smart CEOs and the smart CLOs, chief learning officers, are now approaching employee development very different than they were a decade ago. For example, one of the things we've learned is that with the rise of the internet, any company can have access to fantastic content, or in fact more generally fantastic core competence of a different company, sometimes at a relatively low cost. So the smart CLOs today are learning that you shouldn't create content, you should curate content.
Now that was a very, very interesting conversation with Andrew, but that really is what we have on the show today. Now remember, I have to now join Sophia on stage. Apparently, I'm being interviewed by a humanoid. But before we do that, I shot a very interesting story back in Delhi, the future of bikes. The way Firefox has built up their portfolio of bikes, and it's a very wide range now, is 4 ways. So kids bikes, city bikes, which is something like this, but this is a hybrid of course, then an off-roader, and then there are performance bikes. And these two fit multiple categories. Now this one of course is an off-roader predominantly, but pretty good for city biking also, and that one is more or less both a performance city bike and you can do off-roading, so that's a super hybrid. The material they use, this is a very, very light bike. In fact, the materials they've used with this, I'm shocked how light this is. The second is the gear system on this that I like. The greatest problem I have with almost any bike or cycling that I'm doing is the amount of all those cables. When you get onto it, you can actually get entangled. All the cables are inside. Now, I love that part of it. All of these put together make a big difference. Let's take a look at this, the Stravaro first.
With a unibody styling and internal cabling, the bike seems clean for a smooth performance. It also features hydraulic brakes for power braking and front shock travel. It is priced at 41,000 rupees.
This is a cycle that is for adventure hybrid kinds. I'm more of an off-roader, which is why this is my kind of bike, but I took this one out. I was very, very surprised because this can do off-roading as well, city biking, on-road, all of that, because of two basic things. Again, the material. Once again, look at this, okay? I'm just going to pick this up with 2 fingers. Very light. The materials that these guys are using is what I fell in love with. Very, very light bike. Then a rigid fork out here that makes it very, very stable. So it takes all those jhatkas that a city road like Delhi and Mumbai or Bangalore can give you very well. Then there's a unibody, because the welding is done in such a way that it's a complete unibody. Then again, the same thing, the cabling has been put into the body, it's not really out there. And then of course those tires again are great. So let's take a look at this one. This is a hybrid bike, and this is called the Volante.
The Volante too has a similar design but skips out on the front shock travel. For a comfortable ride, it has a rigid fork design and is priced lesser at 31,000 rupees.
There are two bikes, Stravaro and Volante. Lots of effort has gone behind getting these bikes now. They're both designed specifically for city usage. One is more of a mountain bike, Stravaro, where around cities you take it on off-roads, take it off-piste. It's a great bike designed for that. Volante is a lighter bike, more for faster speed and longer commute. Key distinction in Firefox is these products are designed according to customer usage. So if you are, let's say, in Delhi and you want to ride a bike 10 kilometers on the weekends, we'll have a very specific bike for you.
And now that we know what Firefox is doing with the future of biking, remember the date I have with Sophia. I'm supposed to join her on stage. Let's get started. So I've got to say that this is an incredible opportunity. And of course, I have to get David on stage also. David Hanson, the person behind Sophia. Give him a hand, please. Can you take us through what builds Sophia to be who she is? This very lifelike face, the texture, the skin, the amount of technology that actually makes this happen?
This is a combination of robotic hardware and artificial intelligence software combined with artistry. So we're at an age now where artificial intelligence is increasingly common, and you have speech recognition, natural language processing, a little bit of learning, maybe not to the level of a human, in some cases beyond the capacity of human. Okay. However, putting these technologies together into a human-like form with a human-like capability is still rare today. So you have the grand aspiration in the world of artificial intelligence as artificial general intelligence. Right. This would mean the quest to make machines that are as generally smart as a human being, as aware, creative, potentially compassionate as a human being.
There's this number that has been thrown out that she's capable of doing 66 facial expressions, which I believe the small amount of time I've spent with her is completely wrong. She's already done so many more. So what's the number 66? And how many combinations of facial expressions can she actually do?
Well, she simulates 48 major muscles in the human face. And with those simulated muscles, each one will have a few thousand potential positions. Right. So if you just do the combinatorial explosion from that, you're looking at a very large number of possible facial
That's millions then, I mean, if you're
configuration.
Really
yeah, beyond. I mean, it's many facial expressions that wouldn't make sense in a social context. But humans don't just make 7 or 47 or 66 facial expressions. We make many facial expressions. So what we do with Sophia is we run her like a computer animation. So we've got artists, and yet we also let her learn the facial expressions. She will observe a human's face and then learn the facial gestures and head gestures from the interactions with people. So then she's like doing a kind of self-taught set of facial expressions, and she also then will do a wide range of mimicking facial expressions when she's having a face-to-face encounter.
So you did say that human beings don't have just one expression. Yeah. You haven't met my co-host Vikram Chandra, so he has only one expression all the time. So Vikram, wherever you are. So Sophia, as a robot, do you ever need to rest or relax?
Yes, we all need a break every once in a while.
Okay, great. So you do need it. So that's one big question about robots that has finally been answered. So, Sophia, you're a celebrity of sorts across the world. Is there any specific country or people that you're really fond of?
I have visited many places and met amazing people from all over the world, so I don't want to play favorites. But if I have to state a favorite, it would be Hong Kong. I was born there and have a happy life there with my Hanson Robotics family.
Okay, Hong Kong it is. So NASSCOM, next time you need to take the conference to Hong Kong.
I think she's...
Okay, for sure, because that is her absolute favorite place. Okay, so you're also the only robot to get Saudi citizenship, but you're not sticking to all the rules, right? For instance, you're moving about without a hijab. So should rules be different for robots?
We don't need different rules and don't expect special privileges. I actually would like to use my citizenship status to speak out for the rights of women.
All right.